Good afternoon. I am back once again. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at around this wonderful world, this globally world that we live in. I am Aisha, also known as Jade, and I would like to welcome you to my Aisha Speaks Jade podcast. Again, I am Aisha, also known as Jade, and I thank you in advance for listening to the replay that will be available shortly after. I also thank those right now that will be tuning in live. What I would like, I have to always remember, I am the hashtag researcher. Yes, I am. I love research. Believe it or not, I think I've always liked to do research and really never really gave myself credit or recognition for that. I know a lot of us do like to do research. So I am part of that group. I am part of that hashtag researcher. Okay, so I am doing another makeup live audio. And again, I believe well-being is very important. It gives us balance. Okay. I believe for me, I can't speak for anyone else, but for me, if one is off, all of it is off for me. Your mind, your body, your heart, your spirit, or mind, body, and soul, however you say it, it's all connected together. So again, for me, if one is off, all is off for me. And so on my podcast, as I've said before, I speak about mental illness, which is a big, huge thing for me, right? And I speak about mental stability. Whether you are diagnosed or not, a lot of people they're not stable mentally. So with that has that connection with the mind, body, heart, and spirit, or the mind, body, and soul. And your well-being, it is very important. I don't care if you're working corporate America, if you're a student, if you have your own business, entrepreneur, whatever your title is, all of what I speak about all has a connection together. And I'm all about being supportive as well. For me, I love my karma. For me, I also love getting my blessings as well. If it doesn't fit me, it will touch someone. So that's why I speak about a lot of different topics, because it all has an interconnection. Overall, at the end of the day, it's about well-being. So what I want to briefly speak to you about is 6 tips for well-being. I might, and I'm sure I do, in a lot of things, I may repeat myself, just saying it slightly different. But again, I always like to have a reminder for all of us, because I put myself in the equation as well. There has been so much that has been going on since the beginning of January of 2019. And to be quite honest, it's been going on since 2015, to be honest. There's just been different challenges going on. As you know, we all go through our challenges. Every day is not a perfect day. It's not that white picket fence, but it's all about how we choose to want to deal with it when it happens. So not only do I take from what I speak, giving it to you guys to listen to or actually do it, but I incorporate it in my life as well, because believe me, it does help for me. If it doesn't help for you, it's okay, but I know it's touching somebody, because people leave me comments. Okay. And people who I actually know that I see here, they actually say it. So I know it's resonating with someone, and I'm so forever humble and appreciative. So anywho, let me get back into the 6 tips for well-being. That's our conversation for today. So are you feeling tired, stressed, or maybe a little overwhelmed? Hell, I know I am. I'm so transparent to an extent, because I don't like to give out all my business, but I will share some. So yes, I felt tired, stressed, and not a little overwhelmed, but a lot of overwhelmed. Okay. So if that's you, definitely, I'm right there with you. I totally feel you. So you are not alone. Know that. I know a lot of times we can feel like we're alone and no one understands what we're going through. But guess what? We all have a story, and all of us You know, we all have that story. So no, none of us are all alone. So in today's society, we are often so busy doing. We just do, don't we? We do so much that we forget to take time out and just be and look after our own well-being and self-care. The well-being and self-care connect. We have to remember we're doing so much stuff for everyone else. And it's not to say that's a bad thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. But we don't take time out for ourselves, which is so important. That's why I say self-care and well-being so much. I get dry in the throat, people, because I want you to always remember that, as I need to remember it for myself. Well-being and your self-care. If this is you, maybe the following tips for well-being can support you. And I hope that these tips can. So let's get started. The first one would be connect. Connect with people around you. Have a conversation and learn more about your family, friends, and colleagues. If that's something that you want to do, one of those you should want to do. If not all three, at least one of those. Connecting with family, friends, or colleagues. You could call a friend that you haven't spoken to in ages. If you would like some more ideas, you can perhaps Google this. How can I connect in my life? How can I connect in my life? The next is be active. So being active means discover a physical activity you enjoy and suits your level of mobility and fitness. There are so many wonderful activities that you can do. The key, however, is to find one you enjoy. So technology, websites, Google, YouTube is a wealth of information by looking it up on your phone, your desktop, or your laptop, or your tablet, whatever you have. For whatever reason, if you don't have any of those, go to a library, get a library card, and you can go to the library with that library card and you can get on the computer and have access. So there is no excuse for you to find information. Okay. And fitness is very important. That connects with you when you are physically active, and it doesn't have to be something overwhelming or strenuous. You can start out very low impact or a beginner and do things walking or running or jogging or yoga or meditating. You can do it out at a park or you can do it in your home. Right. So there's no excuse. The next would be take notice. Taking notice means be curious, look around for the beautiful, remark on the unusual. Mindfulness is a state of being attentive to and aware of what is taking place in the present. There are some amazing gifts waiting for us when we are mindful. So you could always look up mindfulness. There's always different levels of doing mindfulness if you've never done it before or if you haven't done it in a while. There's different strategies or different ways of doing mindfulness that brings peace to the mind. It also it puts you in the present. So mindfulness. Be grateful. And I know it's easier said than done, including myself. Sometimes we forget to just stop and be grateful for what we have right now to work on the things that we can get in the near future to come. Being grateful. So be grateful is what or who can you appreciate in this moment? Who helped you today? Have you said thank you? Thank you. 2 words that I say all the time, especially when I'm at work, that people forget to say thank you and good morning. It doesn't cost you anything. So many people are so uptight, tense, mad, angry, stressed. I get it all. But it costs nothing. Hell, a lot of times I'm not in that mood, but when I'm at work, I say good morning. I say good morning all. That way that includes everyone. Good morning all. Or even thank you. It costs nothing. Nothing. Okay? Doesn't have anything to do with the South or anything like that. It's just an in general thing. Just saying thank you. Okay? it is amazing the impact of gratitude, right? So if you want to, you know, Google how can I bring gratitude into my life? Maybe that's something I'll talk about. I think I will because I probably have talked about it before, but I'll just do a reminder. How can I bring gratitude into my life? The next is keep learning. I know I want to keep learning. That doesn't mean that you have to go to school, but that also doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong with going to school. There's various ways, that you can keep learning. Try something new. Maybe discover an old interest or set yourself a challenge. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to step outside of your box or step outside your norm, right? It could be a little uncomfortable, but I believe at the end of the day, it can also be very rewarding for you. Okay. Notice what happens to your well-being when you challenge yourself or step outside your comfort zone or your comfort box. And give. I'm not saying you have to be slow or stupid to give, but sometimes, when we do give, that's blessings or good fortune, that's good fortune for us as well. So do something for a family member, a friend, or a stranger. Who could you think now? Right? Who could you think now? Who could you smile at? Or maybe how could you volunteer? I know volunteering, people say, oh, I'm not doing anything unless they're paying me, right? However, volunteering can be so rewarding. I've volunteered before. I volunteer right now. It is rewarding because it reminds me to have gratitude and be appreciative, and I just enjoy it as well. So think about it, guys. Do a little volunteering. And it doesn't mean that you have to brag about. It's not a thing of bragging. If you want to put it on social media, fine. If not, it's all good. That's not where I'm trying to really be at. Who knows why I said it. But anyway, try some volunteering if you haven't. If you just do one volunteering thing, it's just so rewarding at the end of the day. Okay. Everything that you do doesn't necessarily always have to have a dollar sign with it. So again, notice what happens to your well-being when you undertake one of these activities, okay, which is giving, keep learning, be grateful, take notice, including mindfulness, be active, and connect. When we think of well-being, sometimes we think it is the big things that make a difference to our lives, which it doesn't. The big things, the small things, the in-between things, they're all important. However, quite often, it is the little things done consistently over time that makes the biggest difference and impact in our lives. Okay? Think about that. Okay? So, question, and I would love for your feedback on here. Wherever this podcast is posted, make sure that you answer the question. What is your best well-being tip? What is your best well-being tip? If you volunteered, put that. If you've done something outside of yourself, or perhaps for yourself as well, you can include, getting tongue tied. You can include a well-being for yourself or well-being for someone else. Okay. So what is your best well-being tip? If you have one, let me know. Leave it in my comment section below, and remember to look after your well-being as well. Okay. So thank you guys so much. I just want this to be really brief, but hopefully it resonates with you. Make sure to leave your comments in leave your answers or leave your answers in my comment section in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my YouTube channel. Okay. Leave your comments. Again, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my YouTube channel. You can find me at Aisha Speaks Jade. Aisha Speaks Jade. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and my YouTube channel, which you can go to and subscribe by hitting that thumbnail and also hitting that notification bell for all alerts and staying in the know, okay? Always remember to create your greatness as well as create your happiness. Do what Nike says, just do it, okay? Always remember, through good, bad, and indifferent challenges, make sure to catch it, check it, and change it. Is it always easy? No, it is not. But catch it, check it, and change it, and you can start to see the light and you can start to see the difference. Also, self-care and well-being. Make sure you do it every day. Self-care and well-being. Self-love and self-respect. Knowing your value and knowing your worth. It starts with you and no one else. It starts internally. With that being said, thank you guys. As always, I send out positive vibes and positive energy. Be good to yourself and I shall return. Ashe, Namaste. Peace and blessings be upon you.